They called her weak. They called her human. They called her disposable. In a kingdom ruled by claws and dominance, Liora was invisible, a servant girl with lowered eyes and trembling hands. No wolf, no rank, no voice, until the day the royal court forced her to kneel, until the moment her blood answered a call older than the throne itself. And when she rose again, the most powerful alphas in the realm bowed.
Chapter 1. The Servant Who Fed a Rogue. Liora had mastered the art of shrinking herself. In Ashmore Palace, servants were not meant to be remembered. They polished marble floors, carried trays through echoing corridors, and vanished before nobles finished speaking. But Liora had one dangerous flaw. She felt too much. 3 nights earlier, she found him behind the eastern stables, a rogue wolf, half-dead, silver burns slicing across his ribs, exiled, hunted, starving. His eyes flashed gold when she approached. "Stay back," he growled weakly. Instead, she knelt and placed bread beside him. "No one deserves to die alone," she whispered. That single act of compassion would cost her everything, because she had been seen. Chapter 2. The Prince of Iron. The guards dragged her across the courtyard at dawn. The rogue was chained, bleeding, furious, and waiting at the top of the palace steps stood Alpha Prince Kael. He was power carved into human form, broad shoulders, controlled posture, eyes that assessed weakness the way others assessed weather. "You fed a traitor," he said calmly. It was not anger in his tone, it was judgment. "He was wounded," Liora replied, though her voice trembled. "He rejected his pack. He was starving." A dangerous silence followed. In this kingdom, mercy was mistaken for defiance. Kael descended the steps slowly. "You presume compassion over law." She swallowed. "Yes." Gasps echoed from the guards. No servant contradicted the crown. "Bring her to the royal court," Kael ordered. And just like that, her fate was sealed. Chapter 3. Before the throne. The royal court chamber was built to intimidate. Obsidian pillars stretched toward vaulted ceilings. Torches burned with blue flame. Every alpha from the allied packs stood in formation, their presence pressing against her lungs like invisible chains. Liora was forced to her knees at the center of the chamber. She could feel their power. It vibrated through the stone floor. Human. That was what they believed her to be. Breakable. An elder alpha stepped forward. "Mercy toward rogues weakens the crown. Execution will restore order." Her heartbeat thundered. Prince Kael stood before her. "You will kneel," he said evenly, "and acknowledge your inferiority before sentence is passed." Inferiority. The word struck deeper than the threat of death. A strange heat ignited beneath her skin. Not fear. Something else. Something awakening?
Chapter 4. The blood remembers. The air changed first. Alphas shifted uneasily. "Do you feel that?" one murmured. Liora's palms pressed against the cold obsidian floor. Her vision blurred. Her pulse became a drumbeat echoing in her skull. A howl, distant yet intimate, surged through her mind. No, not a memory. A calling. Her spine arched. Light erupted outward in a shock wave that cracked the torches from the walls. Gasps filled the chamber. Her bones did not snap violently like an untrained shifter's. They reformed with precision. Ancien, regal, silver-white fur shimmered into existence. Massive paws struck the floor. Her presence expanded, filling the chamber with authority, so absolute it silenced breath itself. When the light faded, she stood towering above them. A moonborn, a bloodline erased from history, wolves said to be chosen by the celestial line itself, rulers not by force, but by birthright. Her eyes glowed icy blue, and every alpha felt it, the instinct older than hierarchy. Submit. Chapter 5. The first to bow. Prince Kael's jaw tightened. For one suspended moment, pride and instinct warred within him. Then his knee struck the floor. The echo rang like thunder. The future king had bowed, not out of humiliation, out of recognition. One by one, the alphas followed. The chamber that had condemned her now knelt in reverence. Liora shifted back into human form, breath uneven, power humming beneath her skin like restrained lightning. Kael lifted his gaze to her. "You are not a servant," he said quietly. She studied him, the prince who had ordered her punishment. You were going to execute me. I was blind. And now? Now, he said carefully, I see my queen. Chapter 6. Mercy and strength. The court waited for her command. Revenge would have been easy. A single order could strip titles, shatter alliances, redraw the kingdom in her image. But the heat in her chest was not fury. It was clarity. The rogue lives, she declared, and no wolf in this realm will be condemned without trial. Strength without mercy is weakness disguised. The words settled over the chamber like a decree carved in stone. No alpha protested, not even Kael, especially not Kael, because the power radiating from her was not dominance. It was inevitability. Chapter 7. The girl who was never weak. That night, Liora stood on the palace balcony beneath a full moon that felt familiar. Kael approached quietly. You hid among humans, he said. My mother made me promise never to shift. Why? She looked toward the horizon, because power like this frightens kings. A pause. You do not frighten me, he replied. She studied him carefully. The arrogance that once defined him had softened into something steadier, respect, perhaps even admiration. I fed a rogue because I could not ignore suffering, she said. And I condemned you because I was raised to value dominance above compassion, he answered. Their eyes met, not ruler and subject, not servant and prince, but equals forged in a single irreversible moment. The girl they once called Powerless had never been weak. She had simply been waiting, and now the entire realm knew her name. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment. See you in the next video.